The rocket baby.
Let me see. Yeah.
Now, why do you do the rocket baby?
Well, I'm pretty big for my position.
Yeah.
And I would say I'm probably stronger than other guys in my position. So when I have smaller guys on me, you have to treat them like babies.
Hey there guys, what's going on, and welcome back to our channel. You will not believe how outrageous some of these chants are. They're infuriating, but at the same time, funny and cool as well. Taunts are a very big part of sports, especially sports celebrations, and more often than not, they can get disrespectful quite easily and infuriate everyone being subjected to them. Every sport has had those moments, and so has the NBA. So without further ado, here are the most disrespectful taunts in NBA history. Number 5, Westbrook. We're all synonymous with Russell Westbrook's rockabye baby taunt. He would be destroying point guards, scoring shot after shot, and then gesturing every point he scored where it seemed like the point could not be scored. This was especially obvious and prolonged when there were point guards around him. When he was asked about the celebration, he would remark that he was putting his little kids to sleep, the point guard children. He was making them go night-night. Where this particular taunt started is unclear. Most seem to think that it first originated in a game against the Wizards, but one thing's for sure, it got on the nerves of many point guards. Russell was practically calling them his children, which is why they were so enraged. There's nothing more disrespectful than calling a grown man your baby and telling him you're going to put him to sleep. This definition of Westbrook using this taunt became very apparent when it was brought against Patrick Beverley against a game in the Clippers. When the two faced off against each other and Westbrook scored, he would bring out the baby and put it to sleep. This happened very often during the game because Westbrook went on to score 32 points in that game.
Yeah, the rocket baby.
Let me see. Yeah.
Now, why do you do the rocket baby?
Well, I'm pretty big for my position.
Yeah.
And I would say I'm probably stronger than other guys in my position. So when I have smaller guys on me, you have to treat them like babies.
Number 4, ice in his veins. The Iceman D'Angelo Russell has been one of the most infuriating and yet one of the coolest taunts ever. It became famous during a summer league game as he was playing for the Lakers and against the 76ers. They were tied and he had only one shot to win it for his team. If he blew this, his prospect of getting into the big leagues would have been severely dented. He would be a villain against the Lakers fans. They would remember this moment forever. He would let his team, coaches, and city down, but this wasn't on his mind at all. He looked up and scored a three-pointer as casually and calmly as you'd like and won the game, moving on to the next stage of the competition, the NBA. Once again, he brought that taunt out in a very crucial matchup against the Brooklyn Nets in 2016. The Lakers had a very slim lead of 3 points, and they had to go to a three-pointer to seal their victory. The ball was with our Iceman D'Angelo, and he shot the ball and scored. Once again, gestured to his wrist, indicating that the ice was still there. Later in an interview, he stated that he got this taunt from his father, who told him to go out and just do what he was going out there to do without getting too caught up in the situation. He said he had to disassociate and be numb to the stakes, love from the fans, hate from the opposition, and just score. The taunt was so iconic that it even made its way into the NBA games.
Wow. Russell! D'Angelo from deep for his...
Number 3, Mutombo. With a huge 7 feet, 2 inch frame, he was the perfect find for the Denver Nuggets, the worst team defensively in the NBA in the early 90s. As a rookie, he averaged 3 blocks per game, and it was impossible to throw a shot over him as he could leap 3 times as high as you. He would treat opposition offensive players like they were children, and whenever anyone failed to score off of him, he would bring his finger out and sway it from side to side, gesturing an "oh no you don't" to them. He turned the Nuggets' game around by consistently blocking shots that no one else could stop. His swaying his fingers side to side was coming off as extremely infuriating to players who did all the hard work but couldn't get over him and put the cherry on the cake by scoring a point. It was very hard for them to work out another way around him, and they would have to revert to going on it directly, an attempt which he would stop and then sway his finger around the side to side in front of their face. A player would be on the ground trying to get up, and Dikembe would still go all up in his face to sway his fingers side to side. He got so cocky that he dared Michael Jordan, the greatest of all time, to try and dunk over him. He truly believed that Mike couldn't do it. That's how unstoppable this man was.
You're right. That's a fifth floor problem.
Not in my house.
Number 2, Michael Jordan. Hey, you can't be the greatest player in history without being a little arrogant now, can you? And that boy was Mike Arrogant. He would often stick his tongue out during games when he was about to score, drooling all over the court. It was a sight to behold. The best player of all time with his tongue out, making the opposition look like a bunch of fools as he waved his tongue around. There were many moments that this was caught on camera, and he was asked about it once. He said that he got it from his dad. He saw his dad with his tongue out, and now he couldn't stop it. It was like a curse being carried from generation to generation, as Michael's son is doing it now too. It was also revealed long after he was retired that Michael Jordan also sang as he dodged the competition, destroying their will to play in the NBA. He sang as he ran past them. He sang as he scored shots. He was singing as he was playing with a bunch of children. This is how good he truly was. He wasn't breaking a sweat playing with any of the other players in the NBA because no one was quite at his level. Number 1, Damian Lillard. Not someone you were expecting on this list now, were you? Yes, look again. It's spelled right. Damian Lillard's most disrespectful gesture/taunt came in during the 2019 playoffs versus the Oklahoma City Thunder. The Blazers were leading the game in the final moments. It was the third game, and the Thunder were losing badly. They had no way of winning, and in the very last few moments, Lillard made the gap even more substantial by scoring a three-pointer at the very last moments of the match and getting a win for the Blazers, and then gave the Thunder players and crowds a wave goodbye, infuriating and triggering hundreds of fans in attendance and the millions watching at home.
Foot dagger. Oh my goodness. Look at that shot. To put them out.
If we fail to mention any other disrespectful taunts in NBA history, then do share them with us in the comments section below. And while you're doing that, don't forget to hit us up with a like and subscribe to our channel so you can catch up on more NBA related goodness that we put out in the future. Until next time guys, take care and goodbye.